Hello, everyone. How are you doing? It is so a lot of people are interested in Ayurveda. A lot of people think, yeah, it is yoga related, which is part of it, yes. But really, what is it? What kind of foods should you be eating? What are the spices, which we can get into a little bit more detail if in the Q&A. But I'm going to go through the three doshas. There's three body types that Ayurveda consists of, and I am going to review those and talk about foods and exercises that are most beneficial for that. So my name is Dr. Monica Vagella. I'm at Charlotte Natural Wellness, and here we go. So what is Ayurveda? The word Ayurveda is actually meaning life science. So Ayur meaning life, Veda meaning science. The basic principle is the mind is the most powerful tool for healing the body. And our goal is to maintain optimal physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And we do that through different ways, through lifestyle modification, through diet changes, through using herbs and spices, and also exercise and the types of exercise. There's also breathing techniques you can use to help maintain and obtain the basic goals of Ayurveda. So doshas, what are doshas? Doshas, there's three types, and they're basically like energies made up of elements that make up our body. So the three types are vata, which is air, pitta, which is fire, and kapha, which is earth. Everyone's usually a combination of one or two or three of them, but you tend to lean more towards one than the others. So then that would be your primary dosha, and then you would focus on bringing that into balance. So if you think about it, it's more like yin and yang. If there is an imbalance and there's too much yin, then you need to support the yang so that that would increase, and vice versa. So if there's too much vata going on, then you need to support the other two doshas in order to bring your body into balance. And the way you do that is through diet, lifestyle, exercise, sleeping well, eliminating your wastes, and all of those basic lifestyle changes that can be made. So what is vata? So a person who's vata usually presents, they're usually a thin build, typically dry skin, cold all the time. So vata governs motions in the body, such as circulation, heartbeat, breathing. Your typical vata is a worrier. They change their mind often. They are kind of moody. They don't sleep well, and they're anxious. So this is what happens when your vata goes out of balance. Routine is very important to this body type. So like getting to bed on time, eating meals at a regular time. Those things are important in this body type. Exercise for this body type is typically a gentle, slower exercise. Yoga, tai chi, walking, those types of exercises are more beneficial. If you go too hard, you're going to end up depleting yourself. So you don't want to do that. Sleep. A vata should need a minimum of 6 hours of sleep. Now, that's a minimum. Ideally, we should all be trying to shoot for 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. The foods for a vata. Vata should be eating foods like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, spinach, or leafy greens are really good for a vata body type. You want to limit fruits like apples, pears, dry fruits, and nuts may actually give vata gas. So a good trick if you really want to eat nuts and you're a vata body type or vata dosha is you can soak the nuts overnight. It makes them a little bit easier to digest. So nut milks are okay. Protein. You want to get seafood, eggs, beef, chicken, turkey. Most protein is pretty good for vata types to eat. And you want to minimize grains, and that's corn, barley, rye, millet, wheat, buckwheat, and all spices are beneficial. So here's a case study of a Vata person. A 43-year-old woman comes to the clinic with indigestion, bloating, and gas. She's under a lot of stress managing her kids' schedules and work. She eats a fairly clean diet, but does have sugar, grains, and nuts. She's been working with a personal trainer, but feels so depleted after her workouts. So we came up with a plan. First of all, the main thing for her is to manage her stress levels. So that's making sure she incorporates time for herself with meditations, yoga, tai chi, and also doing those types of gentle exercises. Removing grains and nuts from her diet at this point was implemented. And then, of course, there's some Ayurvedic herbs you could use, like adaptogenic herbs, ashwagandha. Triphala is also really good for regulating your bowels. So if you have difficulty with having regular bowel movements, that's a good herb to take. And after a month, about her implementing this new protocol, she has more energy, she's thinking clear, and her bowel movements improved. So then moving on to the next body type, Pitta. This person has a medium build. This dosha governs digestion and metabolism. So when you're out of balance, when a Pitta is out of balance, it causes indigestion, heartburn, GI issues, inflammation, and irritability. This type needs about 7 hours of sleep minimum and can benefit from a blend of cardiovascular exercise and yoga. So foods for Pitta, so you want to do mushrooms, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, leafy greens, okra, asparagus, zucchini, and squash. You want to limit strawberries, grapefruit, and pineapple. Nuts and seeds are good for this type. Protein, you want to limit the red meat, but fish is awesome. Chicken and shrimp and lobster are also good. And then grains are okay to eat in this body type. And all spices are beneficial, except limiting on the black pepper and ginger to small amounts. So here's a case study of a Pitta. 54-year-old male patient presents to clinic with heartburn. He's been taking Zantac, which helped in the beginning, but now has not been helping much. He eats no veggies and mostly fast food diet since he's often on the go for work. He doesn't sleep well because of his travel and becomes very irritable. So basically what we have to do is get him to eat or stop eating fast food and getting veggies into his diet, getting whole foods into his diet. So nuts, pumpkin seeds are good snacks when he's on the go. And pomegranate juice is really good for heartburn. I also incorporated ashwagandha, which is an adaptogenic herb, because people who travel tend to have high stress. And so working on that stress level tends to help everything. And then of course I asked him to do yoga at least 4 times a week. And if he's not able to get the yoga in, at least do some walking when he's traveling. After about 2 months of being on the plan, he reported that the heartburn improved and also his moods improved. And Kapha. Kapha is the last type of dosha. It is for this type of person has a heavier build. This dosha governs the part of the body that holds everything together, like cells, muscles, bones. This person is a heavy sleeper, has pretty good energy levels, but can be prone to obesity, diabetes, depression, asthma, allergies, and frequent colds. This type of person needs a minimum of 8 hours of sleep and vigorous cardiovascular exercise. So foods a kapha should be eating: carrots, broccoli, beets, cauliflower. So basically a lot of these veggies seem very similar. Just getting in your leafy greens, getting in sprouts. This type needs to limit bananas and citrus fruit because of allergies. They tend to be prone to allergies. Nuts and seeds are very good in this group. Protein is good, especially fish. Grains are also okay, and all spices are good except to limit salt. So going to a case study of kapha, 27-year-old female presents to clinic with PCOS. She doesn't know what to eat, but knows that the fast food she's eating is not good for her. She's not had a period in 4 months, but is not pregnant. She took a pregnancy test and it's been negative. She wants to be healthy so she can have a healthy pregnancy in the future. So our plan was to incorporate veggies, remove the fast food, incorporate enough protein at each meal to reduce insulin resistance associated with PCOS, and reduce dairy. I also recommended that she start doing some vigorous cardiovascular exercise at least 4 times a week. Of course, Ayurvedic herbs, again, the adaptogen ashwagandha, and then the fenugreek and jemima are really good for helping to regulate blood sugar levels. After about 3 months on her diet and incorporating the herbs, the patient had better energy. She feels that her clothes are fitting better, and she's also started to have a regular menstrual cycle in the last 2 months. So it's amazing how just little changes to your lifestyle and diet can make such a big impact on your health. So every dosha every person should be meditating. It's very beneficial for your mind and also overall for your body. So for vata, affirmations are really good, like I am strong, or I have courage. Pitta, there's alternate nostril breathing. So what does that mean? That means basically holding one side of your nostril, breathing in, and then closing off the side that you breathe in through, opening up the other side, and breathing out. That's very beneficial for pittas. And then, of course, kapha, moving meditation, meaning walking. So when you are feeling the need or incorporating meditations, you can even get up in the middle of your workday, if you have little breaks in between, step outside, make a lap around the parking lot, and come back in and go back to work. That's a great way to do a quick meditation in the middle of your day. And everybody needs to be eliminating waste daily to help flush out toxins and keep your body healthy. Eating whole unprocessed foods with fiber helps to stay regular. And of course, eating the foods that are more beneficial for your dosha can aid in that regular elimination process. And of course, sleep is when the body heals. So vatas need to work on letting go meditations before bed, reducing stress, and eating on a routine schedule for your diet. Pittas tend to sleep better in a cooler environment, and of course, eating a balanced diet. And kaphas, it's ideal to wake up before 6 a.m. and decrease your coffee intake. Any questions? Let me see if I can check for any questions. None right now. Well, if anything comes up after viewing this webinar, please feel free to contact me. You can give us a call at 704-543-5540. If there's anybody who is wanting to sign up in the next 24 hours, you will get your new patient visit at $399, regularly $450. So we are offering a little bit of discount off of your new patient visit if you're interested in learning more about Ayurveda. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone.